All right, traders, a very warm welcome to you all. I am Devang from the Financial Analyst, and in this video, we'll try to connect the dots. We will try to lay down a roadmap going into the future. What can we expect tomorrow, 7th of June 2021 for intraday Monday, and what can we expect in the coming week and in the coming foreseeable future. In this video, also, my goal will be to discuss what are the macroeconomic events that are happening, how can they impact our Indian markets in the coming week. At the same time, I will try to connect the dots, as I said, of the last 20 days and try to form a roadmap going forward so we can have a comfortable journey without any hiccups. So, as always, let me start with a good, important message. I'll be sharing a couple of thoughts for the next 2 or 3 minutes. Please remember them because they will have a lot of significance in this entire video and in your life in general. You have to understand that trading is a difficult job. You have to accept it. That's the only reason why 1% of the people are profitable who trade. You have to accept that. It is going to be stressful. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, but they don't. People blow up their accounts. That's the entire reason because they don't accept the reality. Also, remember that failures teach us much more than success. It's the times when we are down that teaches us much more about success because failure builds our character. Do not forget that. I was reading some articles and I came through a very important message which I want to share. Pessimists, try to link it with the market. Pessimists, people who think negative, always find difficulties in opportunities. However, the optimists, they always find opportunities in difficulties. That is why they're successful. Try to link it with the markets. Everything that I'm saying right now, try to link it with the markets. Close your eyes and try to link it with the markets. Last 20 days when the markets were up, you got dips, you got panic. But pessimists, they panicked and they sold it. They gave into a loss. But the optimists, people who are positive in life, they understood the panic, they understood the difficult times, and they found opportunities there. Finally, what Steve Jobs said, I would really like to share that. Steve Jobs said, if you're working on something that you really care about, something that is very important to you, you will not require to be pushed, but your vision will pull you. This is one message that I wanted to say in the end because I'm really thankful to all of you. I will be a bearer of some bad news today, but before that, I'm very thankful to all of you. The vision that I have in my mind is pulls me along with the love that I see from you guys, the support that I see from you guys. Thank you so much for your unprecedented support through thick and thin, and the likes that you give me. It really pleases my heart. It really is a blessing to me. So thank you so much. I hope I can deliver, and I hope you continue that. So please like, share, subscribe. It really brings a smile to my face. And I sleep a very peaceful night because of that. Two more things I want to say before I start with the video. I'm sorry I take too much time, but very important messages. So because they will help you in the future. Now, very related to trading. One message that I understood from Paul David, one of the very renowned traders. He said that when you enter the trading room, please remember this point carefully for this week. When you enter the trading room, you take off your emotions the same time you take off your coat. Trade the market, not the forecast. Trade the market, not the forecast. You will require this during this week and the next week. It's very important. Do not trade forecast. Do not trade what you think will happen, but let it happen first and trade the market. That is important. And one more message from WT Gann, which will be required for the people who are doing BTSTs or who are trading aggressively this week. One very important message. What WT Gann said in one of his books, he said that when you have only hope to hold on to, it is best that you get out of the market. When you only have hope to hold on to, it is best that you get out of the market. Please remember this point. Don't cling on to the hope, but you need some reason to be in the trade. If you have a good reason, be in the trade. If you do not have good reason, do not be in the trade. So one last bad uh, thing that I have to say. Uh, One bad news. I'm a bearer of bad news today, actually. So I wanted to motivate you in the starting, uh, hoping that you do not get saddened by the bad news. There's always a cost in life, guys, and whatever you do. Last 2 months, I've been very, very active on all the social media platforms, mostly YouTube, Telegram, etc. My goal in life was that I hopefully help 1% of the people that I stand for. I hope I've done that. If I've done that, I think I'm very, very successful in life, and I'm very, very happy and blessed because of that. But as I said, there's always a cost, and the cost is that I've not been able to spend too much time on myself, the research that I've been doing, my friends, my family, and that's the cost I've had to bear in the last 1.5, 2 months, because I've always been on the markets, always trying to guide somehow or the other, wishing for the happiness of someone else. But I live by a code, as everyone should too. The code that I live by, so there are a lot of codes that you can live by. Let me know what your code is. It could be success, happiness, money, prosperity, it could be anything. But the code I live by is family. And I think this is time that the frequency of my videos are going to come down for 1 or 2 weeks while I explore myself, while I do my research, and I want to spend some time with my family. You have to understand I'm just 24. So I think that's very, very important. I hope you can forgive me, and I hope you understand that. So for the next couple of sessions, for 1 or 2 weeks, the frequency of the videos will be coming down. I will not be able to come every single day, but if any important message is there, I will surely communicate through the right medium. Let's get started now, guys. What are the macroeconomic events that are happening? What concerns India? Right? Let's talk about the positives and the negatives. First of all, the positives, right? Uh, what are the events that are coming this week? So most of the events have already happened. We have the inflation data coming out, CPI, WPI. I believe it comes out on Wednesday. Sorry, Friday. I'm very sorry. The CPI, WPI comes out on Friday. So it will not be impacted this week, but it will be impacted the next week, the week after that, after this coming week. We also have an interesting amount of earnings coming. The most large caps have concluded their earnings, but we have some mid and small caps that are posting the earnings. On Wednesday, we have Bata, we have IGL, something that we're holding, and we also have GAIL that are posting earnings. So please keep a note on that. They become fundamental catalysts. On Thursday, we have Eclairix, NHPC, Mazagon Docks, and SAIL and Tidewater, important companies. On Friday, we have BEML, Cochin Shipyard, DLF, and Sun TV. And on Saturday, it is a holiday, obviously, we have Care Ratings, JK Cement, and Soba. They're very important earnings that are coming out this week. So keep a track on these companies because they will see some good relative higher volumes flowing into them for us to make money. Secondly, the inflation, as I said. What happened this week? Yesterday, the GST data came out, right? The FIIs have been very resilient on buying in the cash market every single day, just pumping in a good amount of money. That's a positive thing that we see going forward. The second thing is the US non-farm payrolls that came out on Friday in America. Now, it is not better than expected, but it is better than the forecast, than the previous data that came out. And America really responded well to it. Non-farm payroll is the employment in the non-farm sector, other than the farming sector, in the private sector basically. And America actually took it very, very well. If you see the SGX Nifty, it's closed above about 100 points. So that shows if all things remain equal, if no unexpected news happens, Nifty could be opening a 50 to 100 point in the range of that on the upside on Monday, which is 7th of June. The American markets almost closed at all-time highs. At the same time, Nasdaq was up 1.73, Dow was up 0.50%. All markets were very wonderfully, they reacted. Even the bond yields came down 4.5%. That is because the beautiful the data that came out of the non-farm payroll. So even at the same time on Thursday, we saw the weekly the unemployment data that comes out, the weekly jobless claims, and that was also the post-pandemic lowest figures ever. That's another very positive thing. Remember what I told you, that whenever a news comes out, markets never react on that day, but they always react on the following day. So the great jobless number came out on Thursday, and the markets reacted very well to that on Friday. So that is one thing which I wanted to make you understand. Good new learning for you, hopefully, and using that into practice. Also, the foreign exchange reserves, what the RBI governor announced, it's really well. It's really at a very good number. That means that you will expect some kind of stability in the rupee also in the near term. In the near short term, you can expect stability in the rupee because of very good forex reserves. That is another big positive that I see in the market. What are the negatives now? Yes, there are a couple of negatives. If you look at the crude oil, let's start with the Brent. The Brent crude, it's at a very, very high number. That's one of the concerns that I have, right? 71.6, it's a monthly high for the last few months, last couple of months, or you can say last 7-8 months. So you have to understand, you're already aware. That's the reason why oil and gas sector are going up and up. Reliance at a good highs, ONGC breaking out, IOC breaking out. They're oil and marketing companies, so they're complementary to that, to the movement in crude. But at the same time, Indian markets react, I would say, opposite to what crude does. You already have seen a lot of states have crossed 100 rupee mark in oil, petrol. You've already seen that. And crude going up is negative news for India. If crude keeps on staying higher, that is one thing that you will have to watch out for in the coming week, because we are net importers. I hope you're already aware of all these things. Some basic fundamental things that I wanted you to be aware of. Another bad news that I can put it is the jobless, the GST collections. I'm very sorry. The GST collections that came out on Saturday were at 1.02 lakh. It was much below. I think last month was 1.4 lakh approximately. Now this is much below the estimates, much below the previous month, but I think this is already discounted. We were already expecting it because poor macro numbers, right? If you remember the PMI data, the PMI manufacturing PMI service, it came out this week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. GDP data was good, but the PMI data was also bad, but we're already expecting it. The IIP data was not so good. We were already expecting it because the last 2 months were on lockdown, good partial lockdowns in a lot of states. And because of that, this data is already discounted. But you can see, even though the data is not good, the markets have been going up and up. So market already discounts events. Good news becomes bad news. Bad news becomes good news in the markets. Hope you are following all these things. So these are a couple of, I would say, fundamental events that are happening all over, the economy right now. Some things that we have to keep track of. I don't think any major events are scheduled for this week. Most of the numbers are already out, but the inflation is something that we will closely focus on, because at the current moment, the crude oil prices, at the same time inflation, they are the biggest demons in the market. So that is something on the macroeconomic front that I wanted you to be aware of. Now let me talk about some technicals and then some philosophical stuff, as I always do. Uh, Let me know if you're enjoying the video so far. I'm sorry about the long videos, but I've been told that to do 30+ minute videos. So I'll try to maintain that whenever I can come online on YouTube. But do like, comment, share, subscribe if you can. It would mean a lot to me, would really bring a smile to my face. So let me try to link everything, because before I come to the intraday view, I have to link everything that's been going on. And I think that is very, very important. So let us start with Nifty. Let me start with Nifty. I think it's something very, very important, something that I have to discuss. On 16th, 17th May, I was bearish on this day, sorry. On 14th May, or 13th May, I took a shot in the market and expecting markets to come down. And I think this was one day when I had a stop loss. And from that day onwards, we never looked back. My humble advice is, for people who are new on the channel, I would really request you guys, can you please watch our Telegram messages for the past couple of days, or please watch the market videos, not the educational ones. We're free to do that, but the market videos that I've been producing for the last few days, so that you can form a link. Because whatever I will say right now is not something I'm saying now. It's something that's already been said and done. And we're trying to link everything now. So this way you can actually form a link between the markets and what we've been saying. And on 17th May, this was the days, I think 14th May was the Friday or something. And this was the day when we got 15,000 calls. I think the first day when I gave that trade, let's go aggressively bullish on the markets. And from that day, the community has never looked back, right? I hope you all remember that 15,000 call, we got a good 100% money on that. What is gone is gone. Let's not talk too much about that. What I'm trying to say is something very, very important. Now, this is what date is 17th May, or you can say 18th, 19th May. Now, please understand, I sent a very, very important message also. I sent a very, very important message. If you all remember this message, let me know. This is one of the messages that I sent. I said, next 20 days is about breaking all-time highs again and again and again. Make sure you are there, not observing, but actually doing it. This was a message that I sent around that point of time, I think on 20th, 21st May. or I think 18th, I don't remember the date, but you can always go to the Telegram and check that next 20 days we are aggressively bullish, and we never looked back. And that is what happened. Every single day we broke all-time high, and every single day without fail we have touched all-time highs, right? Except I think one day on 2nd of June. That observation that I told you was correct, and I said every single day next 20 days keep on buying the panic. Do not sell, but keep on buying the panic, right? Now, please try to observe the hints I will give you from now. We started on 17th, 18th when we started the bullish view. I said next 20 days. 17th May, 18th May, I said next 20 days. Right now we are on 7th of June. Hope you're getting the idea. We also did a very important video. Now, please try to link as much as possible. I don't give calls. I don't give nugget hunting advices. I will address all your doubts in this video. I will. You will get all the answers of all BTST trades, call, put. I will give all the hints right now only, but just observe the video. Also, I think one and a half week back on 27th May, I also brought a video. We were at 15,337 on Nifty at that point of time. We were already very bullish, but I sent a very important video because a lot of people were saying short. We also had a very good trending hashtag, God bless the shorts. I will come to that. Has God now started blessing the short? I'll come to that problem also. But this is something I said, listen for the next 10 seconds. Right? If I put that up from the breakout, this is coming around 15,700 levels, 600 levels. So somewhere over that, that's the room that has opened up for Nifty. So if you think Nifty is at the top right now, I don't think that's the true reality. I'm again saying markets can come down, but this level till 15,800 is open. It is open. But this is something I discussed. I hope you already have seen that video. We're already at that level now. Please understand what I'm trying to say. We started from 17th, 18th June. You got a message from me. Next 20 days, be bullish. Don't think twice. Any panic, any dip, buy. We made money. It's now 7th of June. You are hopefully understanding what I'm trying to say. 2 weeks back when I came on YouTube, I said our target for Nifty, the target that I am looking for Nifty in short term, is 15,600. We achieved that. 15,700. We achieved that. And if SGX Nifty opens as per plan, what I'm expecting, you do achieve 15,800 tomorrow morning or tomorrow day after, whatever it is. So reasonably, all the targets for short term have been achieved. Perfect. So we were successful in that approach as well. Now what to do forward? What should we do forward? Is Nifty now making a top? Is Nifty now making a top? That is something we have to answer, because that is something which will determine what to do further on. Whether we start to go short in the market, whether we start to go long in the market, etc. So I am giving some view on the time right now, some view on the philosophical aspect, 2 or 3 more minutes, and then I will start my technical approach to help people who are new to my videos to really understand what levels to look out for. Let me tell you something very, very important, which is that 15,800, 700, what levels we are on, right? We have reached that level. I've sent a voice note also some days back. It's an infamous voice note that people shared. A lot of people shared. It got very viral also. And that voice note, I'll repeat it again. I said that there is something we have some time, the time factor. And the faster the markets want to proceed, the higher they can go, because time is a constraint. The faster you want to go up, the higher you will go. So you can see we have a time constraint. Let's say ABC is a time constraint. I'm not exactly saying what is the time constraint. Let's say ABC over here is a time constraint. I said the faster you can go up, the farther you can go, because the slower you go, when the time is not in your favor, then you can't go up. That was a message that I hope is already clear from those previous videos. I again sent a message. You can always listen to that voice note again. I think 5 days, 6 days back I sent it. I sent a message. If everyone is short, market will not go down. But when everyone becomes long, then market will not go up. I hope you remember that point. Let me know in the comments. This is not something I'm saying today. I said this about 5 days back. Right now, another good news, by the way, the FII net longs on index, which was 88%, 87%, now is around 81, 82%. It's already come now. It's a good thing for the bulls. Another good thing is the India VIX. Not a good thing, you're not being able to make a lot of money because the VIX is too down, premiums are not moving. At the same time, if the VIX keep on going lower, it's at a multi-month low. It's going to come to the yearly low also in some time. If it goes below 15, 14, all those levels, a very good bull market. But that does not mean we'll go up in a single shot. We will get dips, but we buy the dip. What I am saying is, as I said, we have some time constraint. The farther we go, the faster we go, the farther we can go. The slower we can go, the smaller we will go, the smaller distance we will travel. Now, that is something you have to be concerned about. Try to link everything I'm saying. Started from 17th, 18th June, 20 days you will be bullish. Time constraint. Hope you're getting the idea. See, if you ask me, you have heard my messages. I also have said last 6-7 days. If you are on Telegram, if you aren't on Telegram, please make sure you join Telegram. The Telegram, I'm very sorry about that. The Telegram channel is the Financial Analyst. We're about at 10,000. Very happy for the support. I'm very thankful to you. And very small sorry to some people. I actually haven't replied to some WhatsApp message that I've got. I was a little bit busy with some personal commitments. But as I've said, I'm there. I'm going to be there for you. Trust me. Have faith in me. Have hope in me. If I haven't replied your messages, if I haven't replied your queries, don't call me, but just WhatsApp me and remind me, and I will do it today or tomorrow. I promise you that. So you have my full support if you're watching this video. If you have any problem in the market, not nugget hunting, please don't ask for calls, what to do with it, what to do with that. Any other problems, message me. I will help you out for free. Please don't ask me what money should I pay. All free for life. So the channel name is TFA Investments. You can always go and check that out. A couple of days back, that voice note I sent is now coming to the question: are we at the top? Right? That's the question people want to ask. Are we at the top? Time constraint is coming. What is happening? Please understand, I'm again and again saying I am not at the top. I have already clarified earlier. If you remember this voice note, please let me know in the comments. I want to see how many people listen to my messages very carefully. I hope also you're getting the hints or getting the ideas that I'm trying to convey. The last 1 minute of the voice note that I sent 5 days back, I said that everyone is thinking what will be the top of Nifty, but we should be concerned about bottom of Nifty. Everyone is saying this will be top, this will be top, this will be top, and they're shorting. I said, but we should be concerned about bottom of Nifty and try to catch that trend, try to go with that wave. That is a meaning, the simple meaning I said. But that does not mean markets can't fall down. So if you see 2008 to 2021 right now, we are in a good bull market. That does not mean market goes up every single day. It does come down, but the falls that happen, they get bought into. What I'm trying to say is, keeping all these messages in mind, I'm okay till now. The next few days, I'm still fine. But as I said, we have to see the pace with which Nifty goes up. I'll come to Bank Nifty in some time. That is a weaker index. I'll come to that in a bit. I have some important observations there. What I'm saying is, watch the pace with which Nifty goes up, because that will provide you clues in the future. And please, as I said in the start of the meeting, David Paul, don't trade the market, but don't trade the forecast. Don't think top is wait and short, but trade the market. What I'm trying to say is the targets that we have given are achieved. Now, 15,900 to 16,000, we're in a 100-point range. Why? Because I have so many touch points in these ranges. It's a lot. It's still not the top. I'm again repeating, it's still not the top, but try to see, if you know the price action, you will understand what to do in this range if the market comes there. I'm not saying the market will come there. Let's assume scenarios. It's possible maybe markets go down tomorrow. I'll give you the strategy in intraday when I talk about that. Let's assume scenarios. Whether you're a bull, whether you're a bear. Let's assume scenarios. Let us say we continue higher. We open up higher tomorrow. We're continuing the journey on the top. I want you to observe 15,900 to 16,000 zone. We have a lot of touch points. We have 930 to 944, 960s, 980s. I have a lot of touch points, which I have calculated. So I'm not going to give those exact levels again, but what you need to see is how markets react there. If you start to witness in the next week, in this week, some pressure, if let's say markets come there, and if you start to see some pressure there, you can take a small probability shot, small risk probability shot. That is up to you. That is up to you. Will I short? I will tell you if I do. You have my Telegram, and I'm very open about my trades. I even took a out the money call like a fool. I'll come to that. Maybe we earn good money on that tomorrow, but I'll come to that. But I'm giving you ideas, and try to trade these ideas, because trading is all about probability. The people who have been shorting every single day, they were not on the right side of the market. They were not on the right probability. But a good probability of shorts will start at 15,900 to 16,000. This zone, 930 to 944, 980s, a lot of levels are there. So try to find something there. Go on a smaller chart, 1 hour chart, 30-minute chart. Try to find something there. If you get something, again, trade the market, not the forecast. Don't just short it there. If you get something there, we can have very small stop loss, and at least for a small quantity, we can try to short. That is one idea. Okay? And if let's say that is broken, what if again some positive news comes in? Because I've told you the RBI news, it was as per market expectations. Now, what if that RBI news is actually good for the markets and markets tomorrow rally up to 100 points? Assumption. And what if we break 16,000? It can be done because I've already said 20 days back that this time all-time high is very far. I've already said that. I've already also said that this year just be bullish. You've heard these words before. Let me know in the comments if you have. So I'm giving another idea. If markets break 16,000, or if markets even at 15,900 don't want to stop, then what? Then don't short, because we are trading the market, not the forecast. Then levels on the upside are also defined. 16,100, 16,414. We have a lot of levels on the upside. I'm telling you again that market is not going to stop now. It might halt for 10 days, 15 days because of that time constraint I'm telling you. But doesn't mean market is halting and falling down. Doesn't mean it's a major top and you fall down. It could be minor tops. Hope you get the idea. Overall, I will be on Telegram. I'm advising every single day what's going to happen. Hope you make some money off it. But please always use your mind. Always use your mind. Whatever I'm saying right now, just use your mind and consult advisors always, please. Another thing that you have to see is every single day. Now, let's talk about technicals. I've already given you some idea about how to proceed further, right? So let me now talk about some technicals now and the intraday view going forward in the markets. See, every single day, Nifty, leave out 1 or 2 days, every single day, markets are going up and up and up and up. They're giving higher highs, higher lows, higher closings. So until that is being continued, you can't aggressively short. Please remember that. You cannot aggressively short. So even on 6th of June, 4th of June, you got a red candle, but it was still higher high, higher low. It was still that you can't go short. But that is not the case with Bank Nifty. That is not the case with Bank Nifty. Whoever wants to go short in the market, forget those levels. I've made some levels, but they have to be checked again. They have to be checked again. I will weigh light on these levels later, but not now. Okay? They require some adjustments. That's why I'm deleting it. And so I don't use it again in the future. What I'm trying to say is that if you are a bear, you require support of Bank Nifty. Also, PSU banks are not dependent on Bank Nifty. Another hint, if you are a bear, you require support of Bank Nifty because that is the only index right now that is not doing well. If you are a bull, you require support of HDFC Bank. Reliance has performed, HDFC Bank is still to perform. If HDFC Bank, Reliance performs, you can't go short. If Reliance breaks out, you can't go short. If HDFC Bank breaks out, 10 points is 200 points on Bank Nifty, you can't go short. Try to understand what I'm trying to explain. Let me first come to the intraday view, or let me first come to the 1 hour chart. This is something I explained even on Friday. I want to explain it again. Let's start with Nifty. Nifty is a stronger index. It is a very, very strong index right now. I told you something. I said, you have to understand what's the position of the market that you're in. Right now, you are getting every single day a higher highs. Every single day you're getting a higher low. That's what we discussed. Every single day. So as long as that is continuing, you cannot go short. Do I continue to say God bless shorts? Maybe not now. Because if you want to go short, watch Bank Nifty. Maybe that is the index that you are looking for. Keep that point in mind. Hope you're understanding. So what I'm saying is, as long as the structure on Nifty is intact, higher high, higher low, don't think of going short. Listen to my view, keep on buying, keep on buying, keep on buying at any low. Because whenever you are trading, you have to understand what is the stop loss of the buyer or the seller. Which whenever you are trading, always, if you want consistency in the market, always understand, always think like this. Let us say this is a range in the market. Always think like if you're in the middle, always think here, what is, if I'm a bull, what will be the stop loss of the buyers? And if I'm a bear, what is stop loss of sellers? Think like that. So for example, if you're at this point of time and if you're buying, every buyer has a stop loss at the below support. And if you are at this point of time and you decide to short, there's nothing right or wrong in trading. It's all about probability. If you're at this point of time and you want to go short, every seller will have a SL over here. So unless until the buyer SL is not triggered, unless until the seller SL is not triggered, you can't go in that direction and the people remain intact. Now try to link the same thing in the technical I'm teaching you. Right now, since you're getting a higher low every single time, the sellers are getting smashed. They are getting slayed. Does not mean we continue the God bless the shorts. Maybe for some more time. Nifty has some more time. Bank Nifty is a point where we get concerned. I'll tell you the exact technical reason why. So right now, every single person who's long in the market, he will be having a stop loss at 15,450. It's an important level, 15,450 to 500. It's a very, very important level for the short term. Now, if that level is not broken, you can't take an aggressive short. See, you can scalp. I have no problem in that. You be a scalper on both the sides, I have no problem. But for a positional view, you have to be in the right side. So unless until that is not taken off, do not be short for Nifty. We have also a minor low at 15,600. That is a level I will talk about in the intraday view. That is also a very, very important level. Keep that level also in mind. 15,600, 15,620 becomes very important level. Also observe now going forward, is the market now, because see, you can see the markets are getting a little tired. I'm not saying they've got tired, but you can see the expansions that happened. They are becoming slower and slower and slower. They are getting a little tired. What you need to see is, first of all, are the lows getting broken? 1 hour chart, good chart do you see for? The other thing is, observe, are the highs getting broken now? What if the highs tomorrow get broken? You make a new high, so you can't go short. Because then whenever the markets will dip, that will become the SL of all the sellers, all the buyers, sorry. You can't go the short. So again, keep on buying the panic. That 20-day I've taught you, it keeps on going forward. It becomes 21, 23, but it keeps on going forward. But we become cautiously bullish. Because that 20-day limit I've given, understood, we are becoming cautiously bullish now. I hope you're getting the idea now. But what if tomorrow or day after you come up, but you are not able to break the high? That is something in technicals we call double tops. Double tops, and majority of short-term reversal, long-term reversals. I'm looking at a 1 hour chart right now. So majority of short-term reversals happen with a double top. So if a double top happens, the lower top is being formed and the markets then break 15,600, then you can short. Then you can short. And then you can at least go for a target of 15,440, because then the markets will come under certain pain. Observe that. Observe that in the coming future. But overall, Nifty, if I observe the daily chart, I've given the entire view. Overall, Nifty, you can use the moving averages. You can see how comfortably Nifty is hovering above 5 MA, how comfortably Nifty is hovering above 10 MA. I think I can make it 10 MA to see the short-term momentum, what's going on in the market. Even in the 10 MA, you can see how comfortable they are. 10 MA is at 50. So see how where 10 MA is. 10 MA is at 15,450. And that's a very, very important 1 hour level. That's the level that we have given you right now. 15,450, 460, the last swing low. That's also the swing low at the same time 10 MA. So just keep that point in mind. But the problem that is starting for Bank Nifty. Because of now, again, remember one more thing. You cannot panic on 1 day move. What you saw in Bank Nifty was a good 1 day move. It's very, very important. Now what I'm showing you is very, very important. Bank Nifty, Bank Nifty reacted because of the RBI commentary. Maybe it's a knee-jerk reaction, like how the lockdown 2.0, or like lockdown that started right now, the COVID 2.0, COVID 3.0, whatever you want to call it, and in April and May, how markets had a knee-jerk reaction and then they recovered. Maybe this is a knee-jerk reaction to the RBI commentary. The RBI commentary was not bad. It was as per market expectations. Let me tell you that. As per the economists' forecast, as per the bankers' forecast. It's as per expectations, good for the MSMEs also. Right? But good thing first. The good thing is, as I said, how American markets on Thursday, the jobless claims reacted on Friday. As I said, even on Thursday, good news reacts after 1 day. So even RBI, because of RBI commentary, you could react on Monday. And Fridays and Mondays are known to be trending days. They're known to be good days, option buyer days. I don't know if it happens or not, but they are generally option buyer days. But the data of derivative that's coming out is some other picture only. So I'm not going to get into that. That is showing a complete different picture. Right now, it is so confusing. Everything is showing different picture. FII net long. Now see the beauty. FII net long is 82% overbought. If I show you the data that's coming in every single day, now that is why I started at 7. I said market's going to be stressful, but you have to accept it. You have to sit through that pain. Look at what the FII figures are. FII figures on Friday are showing complete bearish picture on Monday. Look at how the FII net longs are 82% overbought, but still the markets are going up and up and up. Still the markets are going up and up and up. So you have to keep your cool. If you're not in the right direction, nothing is working out. So you have to be in the right direction. And I'm very thankful to God and I'm thankful to the market for obliging our analysis. I'm really thankful. Whatever we have done in the last 15, 20 days, we are on the right direction. And luckily, we have played out this three-month move. When I say 3-month move, I said what David Bowden says, every good move, one good move happens after 3 months. And we have captured the 900 point move in Nifty. It will happen more, but we actually at least captured this. So overall, as I said, 15,900 to 16,000. This zone is a cautiously bullish zone. Lot of touch points there for me. Bank Nifty, it gave a very kind of a bearish candle. If I think go to a shorter time frame, 4 hour or 1 hour, it looks like a double top. Still, it's a higher high and higher low. Still one hope for bulls. Still one hope for bulls. If I open the chart of Nifty Bank on 1 hour, you're still getting every single day, you're still getting that higher high and higher low. You're still getting that. So the level that I'm concerned about on Bank Nifty is somewhere at 35,000. I think this round number is very, very important because below that, it's going to be the SL of all the bulls. And you have some bulls also coming in at 35,200. But below these levels, you could see 34,500. It opens up. Accept it. Trade the market, not the forecast. Don't trade the Nifty will go to 17,000, 18,000. I think Morgan Stanley is projecting 61,000 of Sensex by December. Yes, but to go to 61,000, there are going to be minor up and downs. You have to learn to play that, be tactful. That's what I said, right? So what I'm saying is, if you look at the daily chart, some kind of you can see pain came. So let us see if this is a temporary pain or a little bit longer pain. On the daily chart, while the 5 MA was not broken in the Nifty chart, 5 MA was broken in Bank Nifty chart. That's why I said on Friday on the voice note I sent at 3 o'clock 20 minutes that Nifty Bank closing is not good because this shows some momentum black is there. But again, I have a rule. I need at least 2 closings or 3 closings below this level to at least show that I'm weak. See, markets are made of human beings. Human beings can make one mistake. Maybe this is one mistake that we have made to show us a different picture and to trap people who are ignorant. What if tomorrow markets close above 435 levels? Where is the 5 MA? That's going to be a good closing. That's going to get you back above the 5 MA. That shows the momentum is still intact. Observe. All these data points I'm giving you, observe. They are going to decide the momentum going forward. I'm not going to say that this is the top of Nifty. Because right now, when we identify tops and bottom, whenever we do that, we never know. The biggest problem is it going to be a major top or minor top? We never know that. For example, 21 December top, that was a minor top only. So please forget that idea of top and bottom. We have to trade the market. Right now, we're in a trend. Let us try to catch and ride that trend until it gets over. And we will understand when it gets over because technicals have taught us that. So the MA is at 35,435. I want you to observe where Bank Nifty closes tomorrow because as I said, if markets want to come down, 30% of market is banking. So banking will have to give way for the markets to come down. If the banking doesn't come down, Nifty can't fall down a lot because even metals are up, banking will be then up. If you assume it's going to go up, everything is up. Others are also up, auto is up. So this is one sector you have to have a close eye on. Secondly, this is this level. If we are closing tomorrow at 35,450, very good thing for us. So observe that where we are closing. Good thing is today we've taken support at 10 MA, exactly at 10 MA, 35,170, 200. So tomorrow also observe, if you are not closing above the 5 MA, are you at least closing above 10 MA? Because if we break the 10 MA tomorrow, that will start to show some pain in Bank Nifty, short-term pain. That will start. So just observe these data points tomorrow. Let me come with the intraday view first of Bank Nifty. Let's start that. Okay. Bank Nifty mein dekho what is happening. As I said, 35,000. for me continues to be a very, very important support. I've already given you one message in one of the voice notes and in my Telegram also, that unless until 35,000 breaks, I will not plan aggressive short. See, aggressive short, I mean, I can be a short-term trader also or intraday scalper, because at 35,000 breaks, people will start to sell. We can see a good 400 point momentum, 500 point momentum coming in Bank Nifty then. So unless that is broken, I am not concerned in the whiplashes that are happening here, because right now we are getting whiplashes. We are getting whiplash. So I'm not concerned. Tomorrow, what you have to see is, and on the upside, we do have a very, very strong resistance right now at 35,800. For Bank Nifty, I have a lot of levels I'll give you. A good amount of touch points are coming around 36 to 100, around those levels. They are coming. So, for example, for Nifty, I said 15,900. For Bank Nifty, also, we have zones given. So, we will become cautiously bullish over there also. I'll let you know that in some time. So Bank Nifty has a good range right now, a good 800 point range, 700 point range. Observe where you open tomorrow. You can also see right now, we also have some kind of trend line coming in, right? Some trend line coming in. Right now, what happened in the last couple of minutes, some big buying happened. Big buying happened. एक और बात याद रखो कि these candles that have happened, the big candles, they are some big institutional selling. We can't make these big candles personally. So this buying has happened, right? Now, what is the support right now? You can see a good U-turn happening on Bank Nifty over here. That's a very, very important support, which is, I think, somewhere around the 10 MA on the daily chart, 35,220. So I would say if you're opening somewhere in this range, in this 100-point range, if you open, it is possible that you can break the zone. It will not be difficult. Why? Because if tomorrow you're opening with a gap down, or if you're opening in that zone near 35,200 to 50, you can easily break down. But again, I'm again repeating David Paul's message. Trade the market, not the forecast. Unless until you see a breakdown candle, 15 minute, 10 minutes, then only trade it. But don't just automatically short. Coming to the BTST ideas, whoever has taken out the money calls, some people took 35,700 calls. I don't know why, but they've taken. Even I have taken out the money calls, right? You can call me a fool, whatever it is. That's why we have stop losses. That's why we have stop losses. So tomorrow, if you're in BTST, what is BTST? BTST is money given to sleep. You are sleeping in the market, waking up, either money will be made or money will be taken, but you accept it. So if you're in a BTST trade and if you're very out the money, if you make sure you actually book some profit over here, and maybe you want to cash out the investment and only hold the profit amount. Let's say tomorrow markets are opening flattish and they start to go down. It can go down till 35,000 also. Maybe break that level also. So that case, if you are in a call out the money, it's going to get decayed fast. And even the VIX is very low. So I would suggest you exit those calls. I will do the same thing. For Nifty, I was expecting a gap up. That is in the end. I bought a 1,500 call. As of right now, the markets are showing me a good gap up. So I will earn a good 25%. I'm hoping I will earn that. Or maybe more than that, depending on where you open. But if I don't open there, if my view is going wrong, I'm not going to hold it till the expiry. What did Gann say? What did I say in the starting? Remember those words. If you're holding on to hope, if that's the only thing you're holding on to, exit out of the market. Take the stop and exit out. I hope that point is very, very clear. If you're opening flattish gap down, markets can continue down. If you're opening on the upside, some big gap up happens. Let's say not this much also. Let's say you're opening at 35,450, 500. That would mean you're opening above that daily 5 MA. So then, even if the market comes down, I personally believe then this level becomes a very, very strong support. Very, very strong support. Maybe the market continues up further. Who knows? Who knows? That I will tell you in live market. I can't tell you right now. A lot of things, we have to see how Asian markets perform in the morning. Who knows? But all I'm saying is if you open gap up and if you're in a put, you either, if the markets come down for some reason, but you exit there, then do not expect a breakdown. Because if the markets want to come down, they will not open gap up. Okay? Just keep that point in mind. If you want a big fall in the market, then you will have to open below this region. A very big gap down, maybe somewhere close to 3,100, maybe close to this support, so that, and if you get some breaking of this candle, you can try to go short also. So remember these points. Any out the money calls, any out the money puts, try to merge it with this concept. Don't hold it till expiry. If you're too out the money, don't cling on to hope. That is my request. Nifty very same, but Nifty is strong. Nifty is very, very strong. Little bit different analysis on Nifty. See, Nifty, as I said, do not forget this 15,000, the low we gave you, 623 to 600 region. It's a very, very strong support. Some people call it head and shoulder, but it is not completed. looks like a good lower tops forming, fine. As I said, 15,450, this is a very, very strong support. Unless until that breaks, you can't be aggressive short, but you can be intraday short. There's no doubt in that. Tomorrow, where Nifty opens, very similar to Bank Nifty. If you're opening gap up, see, Nifty can head over to the highs, all-time highs. Why? Because Nifty really does not have any resistance on the top. If Nifty opens gap up, HDFC Bank performs, Reliance performs, you will go up higher. If the Nifty company auto guys perform, you will go up higher. PNB Bank results will be impacted today. They are taken into account, so observe PSU banks. PSU banks will be impacted by the PNB Bank results. Let's see how the markets react to them. But if Nifty opens the gap up, I'm very sure it will break the highs. And I think all the out the money calls, we will book some profits, we will lock in some profits, and then hold some quantity as 0, 0. Some quantity, but very small quantity. Because I love to protect my capital. I'm not going to sit here hoping that my forecast becomes true, whatever it is. I want to make decent money also in the market. And if I'm getting good 5, 10K every single day, I'm happy about that. On a small amount of capital, I'm happy about that. So right now, the amount of money I've risked is 50,000. I bought 900 a quantity of 15,800 calls. So 50,000 I've taken in this trade. If I get, let's say, a good profit in the morning, I'll book it and hold some at 0, 0. If I get a gap down, I will have a loss of 10, 15,000. I will book it. I will book the loss, but because I want to protect the other capital also. So have stops to protect your overconfidence. It's an insurance. So tomorrow, if you open gap down, then what happens? These guys get trapped. People who bought like us, they get trapped. We will panic. We will exit. So that not only we will exit, a ripple will be created. Everyone exits. Then the market, if it breaks 15,600, then we can go short intraday. Yes, we can. We have a good, I would say, range. Then on the bottom, open up. The range is open up. We have 53 points open up on the bottom. So trade that. Trade that. I would personally take a shot. Maybe I can. Depends upon when I break it. If I don't break it in the first hour, then maybe I don't trade. But if let's say I open a gap down, and if I break it in the first 15, 20 minutes, I will surely take a shot. That I will give you advice if I'm active tomorrow. But I hope you get the idea. So that is about the view. And I hope you're on board. Hope you are in the same, the clarity that I'm trying to give you. And hope you have a good day tomorrow. Have a good night's sleep. It's a good week planned ahead of you. Be careful as always. And thank you for all the support that you give us. Please like, share, comment if you enjoyed the video. I will see you in some days. My frequency will come down, but I will see you shortly. That's my promise. Thank you so much.